I would be in the 29th grade this year because I've never skipped a year of school. I've either been a teacher or a student my whole life, right? So I've never not been in a school. The only time I've been disappointed is when I didn't just give it a try. So I just promised myself to like give it a shot and to take it as far as it would go, and never give up on it. I think just embrace it and let it be what it's gonna be. And as long as you're true to yourself and genuine, you're gonna have a good life.
This is Creative Stock Shop with Jared and Maxmalcomb. Maxmalcomb is a good friend of mine, known for about 15 years or more now.
A little bit more.
Yeah, more. Yeah, more than that. 17 years almost.
Yeah,
I think.
that's right.
Yeah, something crazy. You are an artist, an art teacher, a musician, a great soccer player, soccer coach. The list can probably go on and on. And more or less what I see from you, an art teacher, I think I just said, but yeah, I have always been inspired by your work. I'm always just like bedazzled by your notebooks and your philosophy on art and your approach to creativity, even since we were students in college together, to what you approach in everyday life and you continue. I mean, that's, I think in my perspective, one of the reasons I want to talk to you is like, I haven't seen you change, I mean, in the best way. You've obviously evolved, but you haven't changed your direction with creativity and art, it seems like, since the moment I met you. And there's very rare people in this world that I feel like have those roots, has that like calling, and you stick with it. So some of the things that I'm just really interested to talk to you about is like, how did you get, I guess to start is, where'd you get from there to here?
Yeah, I think just, like you said, I've always kind of just known who I am early on. Somebody gave me my like sort of life reading recently, and they're like, "Oh, you know exactly who you are. You know, like you are self-defined." And I've always felt that just so I could, for myself, say I like these things. I'm open to exploring things, and I like finding new music and discovering artists and challenging myself. But like it comes from the core of my fundamental self is just like being creative and sharing it and getting people involved and building community around whatever creative thing is going on. And yeah, so I just kind of keep those things kind of locked in so that I can, focus and have fun and enjoy what I'm doing without having to worry about like trying to define it or define myself around it so much. So yeah, I've always felt like I had a good direction, and I'm cool with wherever it goes as long as I feel like good with how I, start out and stay true to myself. And I think it just kind of takes that sort of, just self-definition, make it, be who you want to be and make it what you want to see.
No, totally. Did you, at an early age, I mean, I know I would probably say the same thing. Most creatives would probably feel the same way as like, yeah, you said it. I kind of knew early on where I thought I was, where I wanted to go. Was there any kind of like defining moments where it was like, okay, I'm going to do this? Or was it sort of a natural progression?
Yeah.
And by do this is obviously subjective, but
yeah,
like,
I think it's always been like art, and art has such a broad definition. So I just knew that if it had to do something with that, I would pursue it. And it was probably like maybe around like 14 or 15, just starting out high school. I had just gotten enough positive feedback and good reinforcement from people that I respected in my family and friends, and just had enough experiences that kind of just like, solidified it for me. And I was just kind of like, okay, I'm going to just do as much as I can with art and, whatever else is going on. Like, I like playing music, I play the drums, I play soccer. I'm gonna do that the best that I can also, right? Like, but let those more so be what they will be, like I'm, everybody has a little bit of like natural limitation, or more just like as much as limitation, there's a potential too. So I just like am open to the possibilities that my potential might hold, you know? And I think just being like that, like having that philosophy gets people a lot farther, because you're never like, oh, I didn't reach my expectations. I've never been like disappointed. The only time I've been disappointed is when I didn't just give it a try. You know what I mean? So I just promised myself to like give it a shot and to take it as far as it would go, and never give up on it. Like
It's a hell of a philosophy, man.
yeah,
That's
it's like now that I'm saying it out
preach,
loud,
brother, preach.
it's
Yeah,
big.
just go. Just I'm just gonna let you talk. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it was kind of like a life choice for sure. Yeah, so I just let the cement dry on that, and then I just kept moving with it.
Do you have? I'm assuming, obviously, you're very well spoken in a lot of this aspect, and I'm gonna connect my own dots, but you kind of deconstruct the constellation, if you will, if that's the case. Like that philosophy, I think, could really speak to students or a younger generation. So I'm kind of fast forwarding a little bit here. So art school, blah blah blah, art teacher. Was art in teaching part of the equation from the beginning? Did it kind of happen, and how has that kind of like now progressed into some of this philosophy you preach to yourself, but I'm assuming you kind of, like you said, bring a community together?
Yeah, I think it does really. My profession in teaching is also kind of a calling too. So it was, I've always like helped to coach. I've always kind of given back in that way to like the youth, and I felt like that was the one way that I could like really actually give back to my community, or to at the time when I decided to go to art school and like become a teacher, I was like comparing that to maybe shipping out in the military, right? Like,
oh, really?
If I wanted to go serve my country,
Yeah.
that's a way. But like I
see what you're saying.
I couldn't like justify the consequences of all that. I've just seen a lot of people come back with,
oh my gosh, yeah.
PTSD, and it's just like, oh my gosh, and everybody I talked to has always been like, don't do it. Okay, so I just took that advice at face value and said, okay, here's a way that I can like definitely positively give back without causing harm, and I felt like it's always been that. So yeah, it's got a ghost.
I do have a ghost. Cliff just fell. Weird.
I do feel like I've always had a calling for it, and it feels like home,
Yeah.
I would be in the 29th grade this year because I've never skipped a year of school. I've either been a teacher or a student my whole life, right? So I've never not been in a school.
So the education system itself, you've literally seen a lifetime of.
Right.
I mean, it is your entire life.
Right, yeah. I mean, everybody grows up that way, but like,
Fascinating.
I just chose to like, I guess, embrace it. A lot of people might say like going back to their home high school feels weird. They don't want to be there. There's a lot, because there's a lot of feelings and stuff tied up in that, and I totally get that, right? It's not good to everybody, but I felt like that was why I wanted to get into education, to make it good for everybody, for as many people as I could at least. Right. So yeah, it is something that is tied to my personal philosophy, and what I share with my students is like, give it a shot. Like, you can fail in here. It's perfectly good to fail. And you and I can sit here and look at your artwork and say, did you actually put effort into it? If you didn't, why not? Maybe you're afraid to, maybe you're afraid of failing, or maybe you're just like, it's not your thing, and that's fine too. But can you maybe learn something from it? Like, so I just try to provide that space for my students and let them also figure out who they are and try something new. And yeah, they might not ever paint another self-portrait again, but if they painted one decent one, that's kind of my job. Like, then I can go home and be like, all right,
I feel like we were one of the last generations or years that like we could actually experience a full college experience with practical knowledge to better ourselves for our future. And I think that's, I mean, obviously, and I kind of want to jump into this at some point, is kind of like the AI perspective, but like sort of what do you see moving forward towards the future? I mean, it feels like there's a lot of gray storm clouds potentially, but
like,
I think there's a lot
if
of
my
like,
job will exist.
Well, that's what I asked. I did the same thing.
I think it's important to say, is what we're doing doing the thing, right? Like, does the job have value? Like, I would argue yes, and I try to argue no sometimes, just to do that. But yeah, is teaching? Yeah, I mean, I would have to say yeah, because there's AI slop and this stuff, and then there's really good use of AI. There's like some short films coming out that I'm just like, that's impressive actually. Yeah. And it was completely 100% AI generated. So it's like, that is possible, but there's still a person behind it.
Yep.
And I think it's for people, even if AI can't know that. I think eventually it might become aware that it's doing this for us. We're training it on our perspective. It's going to inherently have our perspective in the things that it generates. Yeah. So, I think, will our jobs still be here? I think our jobs will maybe become simpler, more streamlined. But I think it's important that we're here to sort of shepherd the nuance that art should have, and keep it and sort of protect it. That way it doesn't just turn into like consumer slop, you know what I mean? Yeah. And to try to educate people to be like, hey, appreciate this thing. Exactly. And I think, in your line of work, that is kind of what you're doing. That's this show is like, what should we appreciate? And it takes people just like talking and showing and sharing, and that community part, I think, is something that a computer can't do. You can't. Exactly. The computer might be able to set up the meeting for it. Yeah. And that's good. Yeah. Thanks for doing that. We'll show up now.
There's so much that, like, think about the revolution of, analog to digital, right? I mean, how many respectfully old geezers, that are like, it's like, and that's really fine. And I definitely I'm starting to find myself in that place. Oh, well, I remember life before AI, right? Like, and yet at the same time, it's very similar, like kind of adapt or die in some capacity. You can use it for the sake of inspiration, which is really helpful. Like for me, it's like, just get me rolling on an idea. Two is obviously cut out the stuff that is very time consuming, right? So the concept of like, hey, I have this comic idea in my brain and I want to like see it through, you'd have to connect with other people. And there's nothing wrong with that in the bigger community, which is fantastic, but it does help kind of progress this, like, I want to produce and finish and have something complete, which I don't hate. I was thinking about it the other day. I think I woke up from a weird dream. I was like, oh man, I want to create an 8-bit like fly fishing PC game. Yeah. Like, I don't even know where to start.
My student was like, we've had this bit going for a long time, and he's like, so in your art teacher simulator game, and I would just like immediately imagine like an 8-bit art teacher. He's like, okay, so you have like 3 options. You can either encourage the student, yell at the student, or just like take their paper and tear it up. And like, no matter what you choose, it always like chooses the worst thing for you. And then the art teacher's life just progressively gets like worse and worse throughout the day. And then like at the end of the day, like the art teacher just has to like smoke a cigarette and go to bed.
Yeah.
Like just
that's how you complete
your So we've been like, but like I was
that's
like,
possible.
If I wanted to write that video game, I could just like do some source artwork and then plug it in.
And that to me, like my creative ADD and OCD brain, like finally feel like there's some, the buzzword is synergy, but like it feels like actually possible. And that's like, that feels so open and freeing, while also like sometimes scared shitless about what's the potential.
And I think that that leveling of the playing field is definitely a part of the, the revolution, like similar to the digital revolution. It's now where you don't necessarily have to have the same digital literacy to engage with the medium. And that is okay in some ways. The accessibility is something that is, I think, important. People should see. But if they use it without understanding how it works,
Totally.
how it sources imagery, then you end up with something really derivative, and somebody with sort of eventually we'll see like that repetition, and we'll be
Right.
like, oh wait, we've seen that. Oh, it's sourcing itself back on itself again. And I think that is something that will happen eventually. I think that's inevitable, and I think people will notice that. And as long as, like I said, we're here to kind of educate people on that and show them what is good. Not to say like, hey, you have to like that. I'm not trying to be like an authority on it, but we're definitely educated in it and have experienced the change, and on a very personal level too. Like it's replaced some things, and it's made some things harder to navigate. But I think we can still harness that. It's still just a tool, and it has this catchy name, AI, that implies a lot more than is possible right now.
100%, right? Anyone who's done enough deep dive into it, like there's moments, and probably because I only know a certain level of capacity, is like, wow, this is a really elevated Google search.
Yeah.
And that's fantastic. Like it gets me a little bit fast. It's like the dishwasher or something. Like, now I'm like, but I still have to actually put the dishes in and take them out, and like, and you still complain, right? Like, fuck, the dishwasher's like, I gotta take this out. But so it is one of those, like, something that kind of keeps the world moving a little bit faster, a little bit smoother for a certain degree. And let me jump back to something that you said real quick, and I want to talk more about your style, your craft, your interests and your inspiration and all that. We've kind of talked a little bit. Like, so what do you like to spend your time in your creativity? What are the things, one of the practices that you do?
Yeah, to just keep creative and feeling good about my process or practice, whatever that means. I mean, I can tell you specifically, it looks like a sketchbook, just like sitting and drawing. You can always practice certain things. So, I like to keep up my like drawing hands, drawing faces, drawing figures. So those are just like, I just sort of mill those out. And it feels good. They look good. It's interesting. I'll maybe change up the type of pen that I use and play around a little bit. But I'll start off with that and maybe finish with that too. Like I might work on that for 30 minutes, the thing that I want to work on for 20 minutes, and then probably draw the rest of the time sometimes. So it is kind of like home base in the sketchbook. But what I do is kind of glean from that and then put it up into a mural, or a bigger painting, or if I'm just kind of sketching out ideas and visuals for maybe a story, or what's been coming up a lot is actually doing murals. And I would take it beyond just a mural. It's definitely, I've been integrating my art like into architecture, which is like, I guess, kind of the baseline of the mural, but just
but like
murals that are more specifically to go along with the architecture of a space or something,
right?
And maybe what that space is for too. So like theming it.
Cool.
Should I talk about some of the images that I would send you?
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah.
Can you like pop it up right here in my hand?
Yeah.
So
I'll hold one too.
I did. Yeah, this is great. These are really good pieces. On the Mexica god of the earth, and so it's a lot of like the kind of the antiquated term that we're trying to get rid of the term Aztec, because it's a Western academic term for the people of Mexico, the native people of Mexico. So I'm trying to like decolonize a little bit and reach back into my heritage and sort of reclaim some of that stuff that I felt like was missing a little bit in my life. So that's kind of like my personal journey right now, what I'm trying to express through my art.
Very cool.
And so I've done some imagery that is either directly borrowed from it, drawings, paintings from sculptures, like ancient artifacts and stuff like that, but putting them into sort of a modern scenario, like eating some cereal or
So I love that.
Yeah,
I love that. That's yes.
just kind of like, this is how I live, this is my heritage, and then also sort of navigating what people's perception of that is, like, what am I? I get that question a lot. That's as a race thing. Like, what are you?
100%. Yeah.
And
no,
I go,
get that.
I'll give you $100 if you can get one of the things that I am. And people are they're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know.
Can I get $100?
You could get $100. Yeah. But like, people, I think it's interesting that people don't know, and that's okay. I don't necessarily want them to.
Yeah.
It's just for me.
It's who you are.
Yeah, exactly.
I see you as Max. A lot of people see you as Max or
Right.
Mr. Malcolm or whatever.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
Sorry if that's
No, I think that and that's exactly my point. Is I want them to see me for me, and but I also want to honor my heritage and my ethnicity,
100%.
And give back to that community too. And I feel like that might be my next calling,
Very cool.
as far as like what I can do within a community.
Do you have an exercise habit that you do to keep creative?
Yeah. I would say sort of like a morning routine is kind of part of it. Doing the projects along with my students is another one where I just go, hey, is this still fun? Is this like a fun project to do, or am I just making these kids do this mindlessly? Like, do they like it? So I'll just also do it and then say, oh, cool, I can change that up. So I think just the practice of being open, and doing something daily. The sketchbook is a great place for that, and you can see the growth. Like you said, it leads somewhere. Even
Do you
if
have like
you don't
mantras
know
or
where it's
like draw something every day, or is there any like that? Or
Yeah.
like probably it's a little bit of autopilot now, but did you come up with something in the past that like you kind of stuck with?
Yeah, it took some practice doing it. I think things like Inktober, one drawing every day of October.
Yeah.
It took sort of like buying a sketchbook with an idea and then just like filling it with that. And then as far as like that daily practice is just mark making. So like buying a sketchbook and a certain different type of pen. I'm only doing red brush pen for this book. It's going to be all that.
Limitations.
And just like, give yourself a little box to work within and see if you can't box your way out of it, kind of. Yeah.
So walk me through this sort of more recent project you're working on right now.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited about it. It's Boxmes, and they are little like paper craft dolls. And I just set out to make the most simple, but satisfying paper doll template to fit on 8.5 by 11, so that you could download the PDF, or I could mail it really easily. And I had to learn how to like copyright something properly.
Oh yeah.
I've contacted like trademark and copyright lawyers just to get like some insight on like, okay, you have a really basic intrinsic copyright on any work you do because you did it.
Yeah.
But you still have to defend it. Yeah, like you still.
If someone
have
takes
to,
it, it's like that's the whole process.
It's kind of So I made sure I had at least first base covered, and then I'm letting it turn into whatever it wants to be now. So the initial idea is to give it to artists to put their own like characters on, and trying to keep like. I'm kind of in the independent artist realm, like independent comic book makers is kind of what it's aimed at.
Cool.
And
kind of build their brand up.
Exactly.
And like, some leave behinds or whatever. Okay.
Yeah,
Very
exactly.
cool. Love that.
And
I
then
see that now. Okay.
And partnering with like the actually like the little illustrations that are up in the corner of the sheet make really great stickers. So I end up like coloring those too and sticking them to the packages and then mailing it off. And
cool.
So it's kind of been this thing where like, okay, I have a piece of paper that I need to sell. What are the challenges around that, and what do I need to do to get that in an envelope and get it to somebody, or sit at a Comic-Con and just pitch it and try to give it some life. And yeah, it's its own thing, and it's evolved, and the design has changed a bunch, and it's just really fun to kind of try to keep up with it. Yeah, that's my plug for it. It's they're super
looks
cute.
awesome. Yeah, no, it's a great, and it's like when you talked about it, like how others can kind of utilize that, is it's almost like the paper itself becomes the platform for individuality, creativity, brands, you know, identity, fill in the blank style that you want it to be, is so like appetizing is the word that comes to mind. Like the doors are open, because literally it's like theoretically a blank canvas that can be three-dimensional in some capacity. It's just really cool to see all of that kind of in one new form for you. Is really cool. It's very creative, very different.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, to wrap up, we do this every podcast, is our top 5. It's a little bit of insight to you. It's a little bit random. And it's not supposed to be perfect in any capacity. So we come up with a top 5 based off a general list and a category of some type. We'll kind of define a little bit. You can have questions about it. And sometimes people kind of go with like, you know, imagine it like a draft, right? Your first pick to your final pick is 5, however you choose, 5 to 1, whatever. So the theme today is your top 5 favorite birds.
Okay.
Give me your top 5 favorite birds of all time. It can be birds of prey. It can be whatever you want it to be.
I really am excited for this list because
Did you expect this at all?
I did not expect it, but I've been doing a lot of light birding lately. Just just kicking back, some small binoculars, and I definitely
casual birdist.
Yeah, casual birdisms. And yeah, so if I had to pick a top 5 bird list, I would definitely go with, oh man, am I ranking them?
Yeah, you got to go 1 through 5, top to bottom. Yep.
Can I start at number 5?
Absolutely, yeah.
And then we'll see who's number 1.
Yeah.
The red-tailed hawk is
classic.
Firmly at the number 5 spot.
It's a great foundation. You
Yeah.
got it. Yeah. Who doesn't see a hawk? It's like, oh, there's a hawk. Like,
yeah, definitely. I think the red-tailed hawk, and then its cousin, the osprey, is a sick bird.
Yeah.
And I like those 2 birds, and I
Is
feel
it really
like
a cousin?
I'm sure they're both birds of prey. They're both hawks. They're both hawks. Are they cousins?
Can someone fact check? We need a, yeah.
Can we see like where they are on the species tree?
Exactly.
But yeah, I think those are kind of like the yin and yang.
I love that.
In bird.
One's kind of prairie, the other's water.
Yeah.
I could see some.
Earth bending, water bending.
Oh,
yeah, maybe a little.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Now
there
you're
you go.
speaking my language. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I think those 2 are 5 and 4.
Yeah.
3 might be the hairy woodpecker.
Is that a local?
Yeah, it's local. Yeah, if you
Is
go
that the
to,
one with the red?
it's a little bit of red, white on the chest, the hairy woodpecker.
Speckle wings?
Yeah, speckled wings.
Gotcha.
Yeah, here it is right here. A couple hairy woodpeckers.
Yeah.
I really hope you patch those in.
I'm going to.
That's funny. The third
Third
bird's the hairy woodpecker, for sure. Coming in at number 2 is definitely Anna's hummingbird.
Classic.
Yeah, it is just a classic hummingbird. It also has a lot of like cultural significance. Come to find out, yeah, like Mexican, because it does
migration.
It does that migration.
Yeah.
So the hummingbird and like the butterfly, the monarch butterfly, does that same sort of like migration. Yeah. So my number 1, I'm gonna say is.
I think I might know, but I don't want to say it.
Gosh. Oh man, those are some of my favorite birds.
That's a great list.
Whew. I'm kind of blanking actually. Give me a sec.
Number 1, like.
Let's go ahead and say, I know exactly what it is. A barn owl.
Oh, what a pick.
Thank you.
That was not what I was thinking.
Number 1 is barn owl for sure. What did you think
Damn.
it was?
I'm gonna trigger my own list now, because what would be my number 5 is what I was thinking your number 1 would be, bald eagle.
Dude, I was thinking about bald eagle.
I know. It's a little basic.
It is a little basic.
But like, how can you? Anytime it's like that red hawk thing where you're like, you're like, oh, bald eagle. Like,
you're gonna sit there and look at it.
Dad
It's
has
beautiful. Yeah.
took your eye out by pointing in the car where a bald eagle is.
You know what? I would like to amend my list. I think I would like to say bald eagle.
Okay.
But I did feel a little bit of like, oh,
the
it's
committee
just-
will take
it's
a
the
look
bald.
at it.
You
but
can make your judgment. Yeah.
So number 5, I'm gonna go bald eagle.
Nice.
Number 4, I'm gonna go meadowlark. Love a meadowlark. State bird of Oregon.
Tough bird too.
And state bird of Montana. Love a meadowlark. Number 3, I'm gonna come in at a macaw. I love a macaw.
Oh.
Parrot.
Yeah.
Colorful.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Is
very-
that the white with the,
So
or is it?
I believe it's
parrot
the red
parrot?
one. Yeah, the scarlet macaw. Okay,
Scarlet
officially a scarlet macaw.
Okay.
But yeah, that's number 3. Number 2, I don't have a specific owl, but I love owls. I think so. I mean,
That's
I'll
a fair
go
one.
just
yeah.
for the sake of specificity. I will say great horned owl.
Great. Yeah.
Fantastic. Like that's
Excellent
my
owl.
and then my number 1 favorite bird of all time is a pelican.
Yes.
I-
What? Brown or white? Or
Probably
just pelican?
white. Probably. I mean, yeah. I guess I'd have to go white.
Yeah, because that's what we
Yeah.
have up here in the Northwest. That's what we've seen.
I think any though of those 5 at any given point could float in my list.
Yeah.
So it is a little bit of the like, sort of not in order, but also like, I see a lot of bald eagles.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, you kind of go up the list. I guess at Klamath Lake you see some pelicans out there, but I think that's what makes it exciting. Because I'm like,
Yeah.
there's a pelican.
Yeah. And you still have to look for them. They're
Yeah.
not like just there. You don't just
Yeah.
like go to the park and they're always there like
Yeah.
ducks. And big duck lover. I love a duck.
Love it. Oh man, yeah.
But yeah, I'm surprised actually that a duck didn't make it on your list. That's what I
Yeah.
was gonna say is
I
like
like a duck
just
too.
like a mallard or
Just a solid
wood
mallard.
duck.
Yeah,
You know,
wood ducks are great too.
they're cool. Yeah.
Well, Max, thank you.
Thanks, Jared.
Absolute pleasure.
Yeah.
Please check out Maxmalcomb website, Instagram, socials, anywhere else they can take a look at your stuff.
Yeah, I have a store up for the Boxmes and, the old trusty Instagram or email. In our generation, we have the maxmalcomb@gmail.com. I'm
Yes.
sure you have a Jared.Hale.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
We all got lucky that way. So that's the mark of a millennial is that you
We
have
actually
your
have-
name
yeah, actually,
as your email. Yeah.
So we'll put all those in the link in the description and on the screen here. And yeah, truly just can't thank you enough for coming down, sharing some wisdom. Any last parting, short 30-second
Hey, man.
pieces of advice?
I think just embrace it and let it be what it's going to be. And as long as you're true to yourself and genuine, you're going to have a good life.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and we look forward to the next episode.
Later.